My name is Dike Anyiwo, and on this impromptu episode of the Finest City Football Podcast, I am blessed, I am honored, I am privileged to be joined not only by my co-host Jerry, which I am all of those things every time Jerry sits down, but also this time around, Mr. Steve Brokaw. I'm going to go ahead and say the Finest City Football Podcast is all about soccer here in San Diego. We like to focus on everything from the highest level of professional outdoor, which is at this point the USL Championship side, San Diego Loyal, all the way down to the youth and everything in between. We don't do too much sort of game-to-game coverage. We focus more on storytelling of individuals and organizations. We like to follow the progression and the changes and the trends that we're seeing over time. But this is really intended to be a community-driven show. It's intended to be a place where individuals can come and tell their story, their soccer story.
And it just like, it just felt so right.
Jerry and I first started talking about doing this show together maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
I contacted him searching for people that would know about Orange County because I have a podcast called Heart of LAFC and we cover the Los Angeles Football Club, right? And so what I did is I wanted to contact Orange County, who was at that time affiliated to LAFC. And so I reached out to him.
We just started engaging on Twitter. You know, Twitter is a place where I do most of my dirty work. And come to find out that Jerry actually lives here in San Diego.
I said, perfect, you're in my town, let's talk, let's hang out. And so we met at Bay City here, actually, where we're at now. And I just recorded him. I asked him a bunch of questions about the club, about Orange County, about his thoughts on LAFC.
And I came on, I did an episode with him, and we kind of kept talking, and I shared a little bit more about my background and what I was doing and what I was seeking to achieve. And he shared quite a bit about his background, what it was doing, and what he was seeking to achieve.
And we kind of built this relationship really quickly because I loved what he had to say, his comments, his thoughts about the game. And we're talking and said, hey, there's something missing in the San Diego soccer landscape, and that is a podcast that talks nothing but San Diego soccer.
And this is, I think, in 2016, maybe 17, I'd have to check. But yeah, at least 17, maybe even 2016. And we said, you know, at one point when San Diego soccer really picks up, we kind of looked at each other and there was this mutual recognition of like, all right, you get it, you're here, you've got the things, you're doing things. At some point we're gonna have to, you know, combine our powers. And like I said, years in the making, because we would check in every so often. You know, when 1904 first launched, it was like, hey, is this the thing? And it wound up not quite being the time and the place, right? I was still at Soccer Nation even then at that time. Then there was the whole Soccer City wave, and like it kind of still didn't really feel like it was the right time.
And we would text back and forth, DK and I just kind of like, so is this ever gonna happen? Like, should we get together and do something?
There were a number of different things going on, but you know, as we came out of that 2018 cycle, and we're running through 2019, it's like, look, now is absolutely the time. The time is now. And so we said, you know what, let's just do it. We'll just do it. And that's how we got there.
We built a relationship, and you know, now we're here doing our own podcast, which is great. It's awesome, and it's one of those things that you don't really like know what's gonna happen until it actually happens, and it's just taken a long, long time. I'm just glad we're actually doing it. We'll talk about this.
It's another podcast.
This is another podcast.
So Steve, this is your first time on this podcast.
Yeah, this is. So what do we do in the Finest City Football Podcast is we literally grab a beer first and foremost, and we sit down, we press record.
And we recorded here at Bay City, oddly enough. This is where I do all my dirty work in real life. We kind of begin with a little bit of a recap on current events, you know, since we last recorded, since we last spoke.
And so we just kind of start talking about San Diego soccer, and whatever order it falls into, that's what happens. But we just start talking about the Soccers, about San Diego Loyal, about 1904. That's kind of what it's like, really. It's you get a pint of beer and then you just start talking San Diego soccer.
Let's be honest, we've never really had a successful major sports franchise in San Diego. Shout out to the Soccers.
But a big part of what we're seeking to achieve, Jerry and I, is just, like I said, you know, be able to shine a light on all the different wonderful stories that are coming, that are happening here in town at the moment.
He gets it. He's done this before. He did this in Sacramento. He was involved in Portland.
We've done a lot of different individual interviews with people from the community. I think two of my favorites that stick out right away are the one that we did with John Cross about his background story with video and videography and doing soccer-specific video projects. Talked a little bit about soccer shorts, which is obviously what we're talking about here today in a different kind of way. And then also we did an interview with Carrie Taylor, who's a good friend of mine who we've known for many years now. She is one of the assistant coaches for San Diego Loyal Soccer Club. And we sat actually just right over there on that bench and had a good long, maybe hour conversation all about her story and her background and how she came to be a San Diegan.
Telling the stories of the people in San Diego, just like you're doing it visually here with what you do with soccer shorts, we want to do it in audio. It's funny because there's just no lack of content in San Diego for us to talk about, and I'm surprised that it hasn't been done before.
So when you start talking about goals and objectives for the show, for better or for worse, they're high. We want to grow this show.
We'll be the one-stop shop for San Diego football, right? If you want to know about any of your teams in San Diego that are soccer-based or soccer-related, hopefully it'll be all through Finest City.
We plan on doing a number of different sort of explainer type episodes when we walk through, okay, what is the USL? What is the National Independent Soccer Association? How does the NSCAA rebrand and become the United Soccer Coaches thing? And what does that mean for, the talent that's being groomed here in San Diego? These are a lot of the different things that we definitely aim to explore. We love the interview format. We love to just talk to people. And so I can assure you there will be a lot of that. But there is no more authentic, pure, heartfelt place for you to find soccer content in San Diego than this show. We're warmed up, right? And so as far as things to experience or things to look forward to, I'll tease it here, for the viewers of Soccer Shorts. In 2020, we're probably going to start doing a lot more live events. We're probably going to start doing some more sort of exclusive experiential type things. Some of them will be open to the public. Some of them will be some level of invite only. And we encourage you all to, subscribe and follow the show, share it with your friends, and get involved because, you can't do this alone. We can't do this alone. Jerry and I can't do this alone. Like I said, this show is meant to be interactive. It's meant to be engaging. It's meant to be responsive to what is happening here. And so to that effect, I'll just say stay tuned and pay attention to us because we're going to be doing things.
It's going to be great to see this in a few years and be like, hey, look, they actually figured it out. I think that's where we want to go. So, yeah.